Oh, you're. And I have to cut it. When I want to cut it.
Hello, yep. Yes. Yes, testing. I call this meeting to order at 5:33. Moving into pledge of allegiance, please rise. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. Can we do a roll call?
Yes, sir. President Adonis Galarza Toledo,
Present.
Vice President Jesus Gonzalez, Clerk Jocelyn Vargas, Joey Acuña Jr., Trinidad Redondo,
Present.
Valeria Garcia, here, Sylvia Paz.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to recognitions. Ms. Rodriguez.
Hello. Oh. Good afternoon, President Galarza, board members, Superintendent Valentino, cabinet and guests that are present. I'm Lydia Rodriguez. I come before you today on behalf of B. Gonzalez, who unfortunately was not able to attend today. However, I know firsthand that she would want to be here to give everyone receiving this recognition her sincerest appreciation for all they do for our students, children, and the community. We have been fortunate to be able to collaborate and work with amazing groups and foundations to provide the students of CVUSD with opportunities that they may not have a chance to be part of if it wasn't for them. If I could please have Dr. Esparza come up and help me present these recognitions. I went ahead and looked at previous videos to see what B did, so I said, I'm gonna do the same thing. Put them there in order. So, oh, and also if I could have Dr. Valentino come and present with me. Is Chairman Daryl Mike here available? Oh, if you could come up here, please. He's telling everybody to come up here. If I'm bringing a crew, he's bringing a crew also. We want to start with thanking Chairman Daryl Mike from the 29 Palms Band of Indians for assisting us with this past year's partnership. We appreciate your commitment and efforts in supporting our students and our community and everything you do for us. And we have a plaque here and they're going to read it and you could say a few words.
Daryl Mike, Chairman. 29 Palms Band of Mission Indians. In appreciation for supporting the students participating in our sports programs, our combined efforts will truly support the work and teachings of our ancestors for the next 7 generations. We appreciate your continued commitment of improving the quality of life for our community as a whole. To quote Chairman Mike himself, I believe in learning from the past in order to create a better future. Beautifully said. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon. Again, my name is Chairman Daryl Mike from the 29 Palms Band of Mission Indians. I want to thank you on behalf of me and my tribe for this award that Coachella Valley District has given my tribe. And we're always here to support here for the students, the kids in this community, and to give them the tools to succeed. And that is our belief in my tribe. So thank you guys.
Alma Aceves, si está aquí, Alma, de AY, de Coachella Sports, pase para acá, por favor. Y perdón, lo voy a decir en inglés porque no sé en español, pero. Next, we want to thank President Alma Aceves from the Coachella Youth Soccer Sports Association. We have been able to work together in providing our EXLP student athletes many weekend tournaments. You are always available and willing to help our events possible for the students of our district, helping us with fields, food, and the many phone calls I do to you to make sure that our fields are ready. Thank you so much.
We would like to thank you, gracias, for your continued support and collaboration, as it has been instrumental for the students that we serve and that we support our community partners and value that you bring. We appreciate you and all that you do with the children of our community. Thank you.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Mi nombre es Alma Aceves, soy presidenta de la Liga CISA Coachella Youth Sport Association por 15 años. Es un placer conocerlos al board de ustedes. Igualmente, quiero agradecerle a Beatriz y a Lidia de todo el apoyo que también dieron a los campos de ahí del Bacdumal. He tenido mucho apoyo de parte de ellas y ojalá que algún día puedan regresar. Yo sé que hay unos campos preciosos allá en el casino y acá por lo pronto estamos en el Bacdumal. También le agradecemos a todo el personal de parte mía que no vinieron, muy agradecidas por el apoyo y por estar aquí con ustedes. Fue un placer. Gracias.
Juan Rodriguez from Coachella Sports. Next, we want to thank President Juan Rodriguez from the Coachella Youth Baseball and Softball Sports Association. We thank you for helping us chalking the fields, getting them ready for us. You and your team are always supporting our softball and t-ball games. Yes, you never hesitate to help with anything that needs to be done, even in the last minute for our EXLP program. Thank you.
Coachella Youth Baseball and Softball Association, Juan Rodriguez, President. Thank you for your continued support and collaboration, as it has been instrumental for the students that we serve to have and see the support of community partners and the value it brings. We appreciate you and all that you do for the children and the community. Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez.
Thank you very much, board members. My name again is Juan Rodriguez. I'm the president of Coachella Youth Baseball Softball Association. Ever since I took over CYBSA, we've been implementing a program and sort of catapulting our younger students to look at sports in an academic way, also as a stepping stone to get into college. And I'd like to present one of our students. She started at CYBSA. And she's been training, working very hard. And in a couple weeks, she will be heading out to Wellesley College in Boston, Massachusetts. She also accomplished an $89,000 scholarship from Wellesley. And I'd say she's a product of what youth sports could bring to our community. And I would also like to thank B, Lydia, and the ACES program, especially all the community of Coachella for all your support. Thank you very much. And Anissa Rodriguez, thank you.
Next, John Page from Firebirds Acrisure Arena. Next, we want to thank the Coachella Valley Firebirds and Acrisure Arena for the amazing experience they provided our students when they got to attend several professional hockey games in their 2022-23 inaugural season. You have introduced our CVUSD students to a new and exciting sport, and now many are looking forward to playing it in our after-school program.
And with that, We would like to thank you for promoting our students and providing our community the opportunity to experience hockey through camps and attending games. Our collaboration has helped to create a welcoming, positive environment for our community by engaging youth, promoting hockey, and a healthy lifestyle. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Congratulations to all the recipients as well. On behalf of the Coachella Valley Firebirds, it's certainly a pleasure and an honor to be here today. We want to thank you for the opportunity to be involved in your curriculum, to allowing us to introduce a new sport to the desert. Obviously, it wasn't very traditional when you look at what is available here. One win short of winning the Calder Cup, so we're going to try our best to do that next year. But I think more importantly is we want to be here, we want to be engaged, we want to support the community. The initiatives in the curriculum are extremely important to us as we look to embrace the youth and expose them to positive environments. And we believe hockey is a great vehicle to do that. So thank you again. We look forward to more great opportunities to support your initiatives and look forward to seeing the building and the ice soon. It's cool inside too. It's very cool in there. So thank you very much.
Next, Mariah Rodriguez from the LA Galaxy Soccer. Next, we want to thank Mariah Rodriguez and the Los Angeles Galaxy MLS Soccer Foundation for their continued support and commitment for our CVUSD students. The foundation has provided our students with multiple opportunities to experience professional soccer games, meet and greet the players, and soccer clinic. Your message to encourage health, wellness, and mental health awareness has not gone unnoticed, and for that, we thank you on behalf of our students, community, and district staff.
LA Galaxy Soccer Foundation, in appreciation for the opportunities you have provided for our students in accessing youth sports, promoting wellness, and your effort in collaborating to have helped to foster a culture of perseverance while promoting a positive, healthy lifestyle. Thank you for your service.
Hi, everyone. I came from LA, so I have a little bit to say to make it a little bit more worthwhile. My name is Mariah. I work in the Community Relations and Foundation Department with the LA Galaxy. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that I myself grew up down here in the Coachella Valley. Yep. Thank you. I went to Mountain Vista Elementary School. I remember being involved in the ACES program. I think back then it wasn't fully ACES yet though, but I won't say anymore, so I won't age myself that much. When I first started with the LA Galaxy back in January of 2022, it was when we were about to launch our first ever preseason down here in the Coachella Valley at the Polo Grounds. And my boss at the time looked at me and said, I'm going to let you spearhead a community event down there. Do you think we can find a group of kids that we can help? And I thought, Coachella Valley, the Polo Grounds, which is a block off of where my parents live. Both of my parents both still work for the school district. Yeah, Patty, I think I can find some kids that we can help out down there. So fast forward a year and a half later, we've built out this amazing relationship between the two of us. So on a personal stand note, truly thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's really cool to come full circle and be able to give back to a place that has made me the person that I am today. Sorry, I didn't think I'd get emotional about that. Is my mom crying? But on behalf of the LA Galaxy Foundation, and our ownership team over at AEG, it's truly a beautiful relationship that we've built. No pun intended, but our main goals are to win on the field, but also off of the field. Not only helping our home out in LA, but also the cities and people that we meet along the journey. So thank you again, and we're excited to build out this relationship together.
And when she asked the question if her mom was crying, that's because Lydia is her mother. So that's pretty awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you so much. My student is up there. And I'm like, oh, that's your phone. I'm like, no. Yeah, I know. I'm like, they want us to go far. There's no way you're with me. We'll find out. Now you can do that. But I think I'm all like. Yes, thank you again. Thank you. Okay.
Moving on to Mr. Robert Nichols.
Hi, good evening, Cabinet and Board of Trustee members. I'm Rob Nichols. Usually I'm your Director of Special Education, but tonight I'm here as the President of the Coachella Valley Leadership Association. CVLA is the Leadership Association for CVUSD under AXA Region 19. And every year our members contribute a fee. And with that fee, we are able to fund scholarships for our students. Those students are seniors of CVUSD, or they are seniors of employees of CVUSD who are also members of CVLA. They may not be in our district. We also throughout the year hold fundraisers so that we can raise additional funds so that we can present scholarships to students. This year for 22-23, we were able to offer 5 $1,000 scholarships. So we have our recipients here this evening. We're going to present them with a certificate and their check for $1,000. And sorry, Dr. Valentino and Dr. Esparza, if you could come down again, that would be great. And we'll get started. So our first recipient is Olga Benito Pascal. She is from Desert Mirage High School and will be attending UC Riverside. And our next recipient is Caitlin Isabel Hill from Desert Mirage High School and will be attending UCLA. Next, we have Miguel Angel Ramirez from Cathedral City High School, Palm Springs Unified, will be attending UC Berkeley. And we have Gustavo Adolfo Sandoval from Desert Mirage High School attending UC Riverside. And our last recipient wasn't able to join us tonight. We have Katrina Sky Romero, who is from West Shores High School, and she will be attending UC Berkeley. Thank you.
Moving on to closed session, can I get, well, before we go into closed session, congratulations again to all of our recipients from our scholarship, to all our community partners who took the time to come out and throughout the year have become very strong supporters of our district and our school efforts. We're very thankful for our partnerships, and we look forward to building and continuing to feed into those strong relationships. So that being said, can I get a motion by Mr. Gonzalez? Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Arredondo. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstain? Motion carries. We'll be back at 6:45. Can I get a motion to enter to open session? Motion by Mr. Gonzalez.
Second.
Yes. Oh, we have quorum.
Yeah, we have one.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Motion carries 4-0. Let the record reflect, member Acuna, member Vargas, and member Paz, or we'll be right back. Yeah, announcements. We'll be back shortly. Announcement of action taken in closed session. August 10, 2023. The board took action during closed session to approve the settlement agreement regarding Jane Doe 1 ETAL versus CVUSD claim number 593255, court case number CVPS 21022242, effective August 11, 2023, on this tenth day of August of 2023, in the amount of $215,000 per plaintiff. Motion made by trustee Joy Acuña, second by trustee Jesus Gonzalez. Motion carried 6-0 and passed. The board took action during closed session to appoint Ana E. Alvarado as Director of Budget, effective August 11, 2023, on this tenth day of August 2023. Motion made by Mr. Gonzalez, second by Mr. Acuña. Motion carried 5-1-0 with board member Arredondo as opposing. The board took action during closed session under the board took action under closed session to approve the August 10, 2023 10-day settlement offer, 20 USC section final I, alternative dispute resolution for parents ADR number 0107202023. On this 10th day of August 2023, motion made by Mr. Gonzalez, seconded by Mr. Arredondo. Motion carried 6-0. The board took the following action in closed session: approved expulsion case number 21/22-006 for clear reinstatement. Motion made by Mr. Gonzalez, seconded by Mr. Arredondo. Motion carried 6-0. I get a motion to approve agenda as submitted.
I'd like to make an amendment to or remove item 11.2. Where does it discuss that? I'd like to table that for now.
There's a motion to table. Do you accept your amendment?
Yeah, sure. I'll accept.
There's a motion and a second to adopt the agenda not as submitted amendment to table item 11.2. So there's your motion, second by Mr. Arredondo. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Motion carries. Public comments. At this time, the board will take public comments. Please be aware that public comment is restricted to 3 minutes per person, 20 minutes per subject matter. The board is not always at liberty of answering questions or taking action on items not listed on the adopted agenda. Mr. John Parker.
I think you just voted to keep the COVID vaccinations going. Is that what you did? Just now, 11.2? No answer. Okay.
Your time is running, sir. So.
Good evening. My name is John Parker. I'm a citizen advocate for children. I support Christian values, and I'm sure many of the trustees, administrative staff, educators are moral, ethical people who sincerely want the best for the children and are dedicated to their profession. I applaud you for that, and I'm here to support you in any way I can. We live in an era that is probably the most challenging in our history as a country. There are federal, state, county agencies, national and state unions, and an army of special interest groups who want a say in how and what the students are taught. Against that backdrop, you have the board, the administration, and finally, the teachers, children, and parents. Given the amount of money involved and the volume of voices demanding to be heard, you are put in a difficult position deciding whose agenda will take precedent and which will be ignored. Oftentimes, you don't have a choice. Look at what happened to a couple of local districts that didn't want to use a textbook. All hell broke loose and the state threatened multi-million-dollar lawsuits. It would be hard to be on the receiving end of that, I'm sure. However, there are times when you have to make decisions of conscience. When the safety and physical well-being of students is at stake, everyone involved has to choose what is in the best interest of the child. Safety and well-being takes many forms. If required curriculum demands that you teach something that is patently false and could do physical or emotional damage to the child, it's the duty of the educator to decline to teach what is today referred to as disinformation. As an example, if a child is born a male, it's a boy. Female, it's a girl. There are people that wish it was otherwise, but at the point of conception, chromosomes line up in a certain way which determines the sex. And all the drugs, surgery, and wishful thinking will not change that. You are one or the other at birth and will be the same when you die. Yet today, there are entire industries and corporations, big pharma, that make billions in profits, and politicians who are on the receiving end of their campaign donations, and more than happy to accommodate them. But at what cost? Is the physical and psychological, ultimately life of the child in your charge worth it? To say nothing of the destructive impact on the family, I would say no and leave it here. But the big question is it the responsibility of the education system to promote the agenda of special interest groups and those who benefit financially?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have any written communications?
Yes, sir. There was 2 submitted electronically.
Go ahead.
You ready? Marvin Macias regarding new school name. The new elementary school being built is at the present time to be called North Shore Elementary School. It is my belief that the school's name should be changed to better fit our proud Coachella Valley. The school should be named after one of our local heroes, the only man that grew up in Coachella Valley thus far to receive the Medal of Honor and played football at CV Union High. It should be named after Captain William L. McGonigal. Captain William L. McGonigal was one of the Valley's greatest heroes. He was born in Wichita, Kansas, but moved to Coachella as a boy where his father was employed as a school janitor. Skipping his chemistry test to enlist in the Navy toward the end of World War II, McGonigal attended the Naval Training Academy at USC and was placed for a time on the destroyer USS Frank Knox until being transferred in 1951 to USS Kite, minesweeper operating in Korea during the Korean War. McGonigal and his shipmates were awarded a Presidential Citation Medal for their actions off the Korean Peninsula. In April of 1966, McGonigal was given command of a research vessel named USS Liberty that on June 8, 1967, was attacked by Israeli forces off the coast of the Sinai Peninsula. During the attack, jet fighters strafed the deck of the almost completely defenseless USS Liberty, while torpedo boats launched torpedoes. This all happening while Liberty's military and international distress signals were being blocked. Liberty and its crew were attacked with guns, cannons, rockets, napalm, and torpedoes, one of which blasted a 40-foot hole in the side of the Liberty, picking her up out of water and slamming her back down. 34 men were killed and another 171 were wounded from the attack. During the attack, McGonigal was wounded by shrapnel, but bravely and steadfastly refusing any treatment which would take him away from his post, he calmly continued to exercise firm command of his ship. Despite continuous exposure to fire, he maneuvered his ship, directed its defense, supervised the control of flooding and fire, and saw to the care of the casualties. Only after meeting up with the Sixth Fleet and overseeing the care of the casualties did McGonigal finally relinquish control and have his wounds tended to. For his actions, McGonigal was awarded the Medal of Honor. He lived his twilight years in Palm Springs, and unlike other Medal of Honor winners like Colonel Mitchell Page McGonigal, was a native of Coachella. Second one is from CSEA Member Secretary. Subject, Business Services. Good evening, board members and Dr. Valentino. I'm writing today due to an area that I feel is of concern. We had a secretary meeting this past Monday, 8/7/2023. During our meeting, we were addressing areas we can improve on and changes to make our job better, which is great. But we also were informed that the district has a consultant that works remotely for us. I would like to make the board aware of this. Also, our meeting lasted 8 hours and we were only offered a piece of bread and water bottle. However, the admin and higher ups went to a fancy hotel and got fed well. Is admin more valuable than us? Currently, we are learning about harassment in our Keenan trainings and many of the examples, and we can name many examples that we experience in our workplace. Please help our business services superintendent set an example for all of us as we encourage you to ask around in the district for examples. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you. Moving on to our reports, board member reports. We'll start off on this side today. Trustee Paz.
Just welcome back, everyone. Thank you.
Trustee Vargas.
Welcome back. Sorry, I'm like gathering my thoughts. Apologize, I was late.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez.
I have no.
Thank you, Mr. Acuna.
Yes, a couple of things. First of all, I want to thank again all of our partners that we did today and have supported us over all the years. This is not the only year. Obviously, some of them are new, but a lot of them have been supporting us for years and years. And it was nice to recognize them. And I think, that's a small token of everything they've done for our kids and for our communities. So I want to thank them for all their years of support of us and continued support. Also, I want to thank the rest of the people who are doing all the stuff over the summer. I know they've been working diligently to try to get our schools ready for the next couple of weeks. I'm just hoping the ACs work. Hopefully that'll be all good. And actually, I'm sorry I got held up in the back and I was coming in when the gentleman here was speaking. I did get your letter, by the way. I wasn't going to address it, but actually I think I will. I'm the guy that gets in trouble anyway, so might as well go down that road. Well, I respect your opinion. I respect your faith. Your faith doesn't include my faith. This is a government board, not a religious one. So I'm more human values. And my values support all humans, immigrants, undocumented, the LGBTQ community. It isn't for one parent to tell other parents what to do or what to say. I think that's an individual choice. If a parent says they feel that they do not like something, I more than respect that, but I'm not going to respect them to be able to tell everybody. This is in Florida where 10 people tell everybody what books that we can and can't have in the library. So when it comes to the transgender communities, all the other ones, I fully support them. And, I noticed in here that you're blaming people, pharma, for all this stuff. The religious right does a very good job of that as well. So again, I'm not going to put my colleagues on the spot, but for me, again, I respect all the children, all the parents in our district. I respect all their opinions, but this attack on communities because they don't kind of stand up to your religious or personal values, well, that's your personal choice, but not mine. I will support them, all these groups, legally, the law, as we go down the road. I've seen this crap happen in other districts where they come in and say, we're all nice. And then once they get there, they start, just trashing the communities and the different people. These attacks on all these communities that aren't, the red, white, and blue kind of communities that people have in their mind, really starting to annoy me. And so I just wanted to make that clear for anyone who knows me already knows that's for my position, but I wanted to make it clear on everybody else who may think that somehow they're going to come, bring 20 people in protest, and somehow I'm going to get scared. Again, I wasn't going to comment on it, but since you came and brought it up again, yeah, that ain't me. So I just want you to know that I will continue to support the communities, the laws of the state of California, and move forward with that.
Do I get to respond? No, sir, this isn't a debate. You guys can. No, but you guys can connect. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. We're running a meeting. This is not a debate. You guys can exchange information, meet up, but we're not gonna entertain public and board debate. You came up, you gave what you needed to say. He responded during his report, and that's it. You guys can connect if you guys want to further discuss this. Trustee Garcia?
And I would be happy to meet with you anytime you want.
Is that a threat, sir? No, not at all. Okay. We can talk. Okay. I said talk. Perfect. Sounds good. Trustee Garcia?
Thank you. I am excited for the new year. I know everyone's gearing up. Everyone who's worked our entire summer to gear things up is excellent. I know it's probably felt like it's been too short of a vacation, but I hope people are excited to get back in. I know that in my family, we just keep talking about the beginning of the school year. My little one's going to start kindergarten, so that's all he keeps hearing from me is you're going to start and it's going to be so much fun. So I'm excited for it. A little nervous, but excited mostly. So I am so happy for it to all gear up and that the next time that we're here, it'll be the first day of school. So I know everyone's having their orientations and I hope that our students are getting everything that they need. I didn't think I was going to comment either, but I do say, and I'm very happy to hear that we are hopefully a board that do feel that students' rights are protected. BIPOC, transgender students are the most vulnerable in the country. So us doing whatever we can to protect them and however we can in this body is certainly what I would vote to do. And that certainly won't change. And I'm so happy that our values have grown to that in our community, and our mostly Latino community are growing to that understanding. So I will absolutely stand by our students and families in that regard. Otherwise, so excited and happy to be back.
Mr. Redondo?
Thank you, everybody, for being here. Those, however you're joining us through Zoom or you're here present, thank you. Thank you to our staff that are in the back here, listening and being part of the board, being part of our discussion. I'd like to say that I went out to CV High School to see their new gym equipment and the work that's been done to retrofit the old gym, and I was very happy with the work that's being done. There are several projects that are being done through various schools, and including 131, I think, carpet and floor jobs that are being done. And so I'm really hoping that we're ready to go, Dr. Valentino, at the beginning of the school year. I would like to say that I would like to see us fast track phase 3 at Coachella Valley High School to make sure that our safety and security are ready to go. Just the fence part that we agreed to move the fence inward towards the buildings. And I'd like to see, I hope that can happen, Dr. Valentino. And I hope that we have the correct personnel at Coachella Valley High School, at all our high schools, to welcome our students. I know that La Familia is expanding, therefore it probably needs more staff. So I'm hoping that all the staff is ready to go, Dr. Valentino, especially those safety supervisors that are there, security to help keep our kids safe. So I hope that they are ready to go. I'd like to thank all the partners that were here today. We we're always centered on making sure that our students have the best education, the best services that they receive, and we take pride in what we do here at Coachella Valley Unified School District. And therefore, Dr. Esparza, I'd like to see in a future meeting, you could provide us with a report on how we are going to prepare for our seniors to graduate on time and work on students and work with our students that are the most sort of needs of services in terms of equity. Right. So I'd like to see what our plan is for students to be successful in our high schools, especially those that are credit deficient. So I'd like to ask for a presentation, if I could, Dr. Valentino, at a future board meeting on our plans. Besides that, welcome back. I'd like to thank all the staff and students. And I'd like to just say one thing. When we have trainings and we have staff development, I'm hoping that our staff attend and are invited to attend these trainings, especially as they relate to our restorative practice initiative, and that our staff is invited and encouraged to attend so that they can receive all the training and staff development that's provided. So that I will share with. And other than that, I'd just like to say again, welcome back. A lot of our staff never left. Thank you for the work that you're doing. We appreciate it. We see it, and look forward to the online welcome back celebration. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Concludes my comments.
Thank you. As far as my comments, same. Want to say welcome back to everybody. Thank you to those that are coming back, and thank you to those that never left. I hope you have all enjoyed your summer break. If you all took a vacation, that you all went, recharged your batteries, and I hope you all are ready to execute and do great this next year, right? It's an exciting year as we move into the academic year. I hope we're ready in all aspects, right? Business services, that our buses are ready to go, in our classrooms, that the ACs are ready to go, that our teachers have what they need, supplies, whether it's markers, pencils, right? Our students have what they need to be successful, right? So that concludes my report. Dr. Valentin.
President Galarza, if I may
Yes.
make a quick comment. I just wanted to thank Trustee Acuna for sharing your thoughts. I also hesitated, but I feel like I want to speak to, that, I appreciate being able to serve on a board that I feel values our students and community's diversity. And so I do want to share that. And thank you so much for speaking up. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Valentino.
Thank you, President Galarza. So I want to start out by thanking you, Mr. Acuna, Ms. Garcia, and the rest of the board members, because one of the things that I feel fortunate in is being the superintendent of a school district that believes at putting equity at the forefront. Irrespective of where students come from, where their families are from, what their families believe, whether they're conservative or liberal, whether they're gay or straight, that has never been an issue. The staff here believes it, and we will make sure at every turn that every one of our students feel safe so that they can do their best work. So thank you for the board comments. It makes us feel that we can actually engage in the kind of work that we need to engage in by supporting us that way. So thank you. The theme of this year's, in alignment with what has been said, the theme for our school year is humanizing education. And the first experience for our staff was our administrative retreat that we had a couple of days ago, with making sure that our transformational model, inclusive of the blended learning model, is integrated into the academic work that we are trying to do. And this will be work that will continue on during the rest of the school year, not only for teachers and site administrators, but for central office staff and our classified staff across the school district. We had preschool registration today. Ms. Zamudio and her team were out there registering students, and also had Borrego Healthcare come and provide physicals for all of the students that were being registered into our school district. So thank you, Ms. Zamudio. PD will take place for our teachers, our substitute teachers, and classified staff next week at Desert Mirage. It's going to be an exciting few days of professional development for them. We have our back to school welcome, but as you can see, some staff wearing their masks. It is out of an abundance of caution of having large groups in one location. So we are moving the 2,000 folks onto a virtual setting like we did last year, board members, if you recall, and guests, that we want to make sure that we keep all of us safe so that at the start of school, we don't have to deal with folks being sick and not having full staff on campuses and in our offices. According to our transportation director, who told us earlier this week that every bus that is coming out has air conditioning. Every single bus rolling out will have air conditioning. Not only that, he told us that he has hired additional bus drivers. So we actually have substitute bus drivers for the first time in a very long time. We have approximately 10 substitute bus drivers in addition to all the bus drivers. And that goes to changing the program and the training that they receive. So thank you, sir. So all of our schools have their HVACs either replaced or repaired. So we are hoping, and so right now what all the custodians are doing, they're going classroom to classroom, lighting them up to make sure that they're all working so that we can start the school off with children being transported in buses with air conditioning, and they will attend classes that have air conditioning on. And finally, our Sunrise program, this school year beginning in September, will launch, and it's part of the ACES morning program. So our elementary school students will start their morning, if they choose to, at 6:30 a.m. so that they can be on campus, have breakfast, do homework, do carry out activities, because it's the same staff. And our middle schools will open at 7 o'clock for them. So we are, and transportation is already aware, and they will make sure that there's enough transportation, not only for them, but for those students who will then arrive later, ready for school. So thank you, everyone, for the good work that you've done in getting our school ready for the school year. Thank you. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Dr. Valentino. Moving on to item 7.1, Dr. Williams, informational item, additional period for CV High School, Desert Mirage, and West Shores High School.
This is only an informational item, so this is something that the board has already agreed upon and read. So we wanted to just make
Okay,
sure.
so
Do you have any questions in regards to?
well, I think that would be the next question, right? If it's informational. Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Williams? I know we've kind of, I have some questions about some of the things that are important to me, such as, and I've said it and I've said it. I think getting our kids to becoming financially literate is probably the most important thing we can do for every child that comes out of our school district. And I'm talking about them understanding what cryptocurrency is. I'm talking about them understanding the stock market, what it is to invest, understanding what it is to buy real estate, what it is to have a mortgage, what it is to have a piece of commercial real estate, and really challenge kids maybe through a lab where they actually take $20 and put it into penny stock somewhere. I think if we could build a program like that, we're going to prepare our kids as they go forward. I think that is more important than a lot of things that we're teaching. And I still haven't seen any type of advancement. So Dr. Williams, I'm going to challenge you. I've had a conversation with you about this, but I think in a community like ours, that's a very, very valuable resource that our children understand how the world operates. And I think we fall way short of that. So I'm going to challenge Dr. Valentino to rekindle that thought. Hopefully now with this period, this extra period, maybe we can do something with that. And I'm not talking about a little bit at a time. I'm talking about a class that is committed to putting out children that are financially literate, that they know how to balance their checkbook, they understand how to borrow, they understand how a credit card works, making sure that they're not over their credit limits, understanding how to build credit, all that stuff. And I know that there's curriculum out there like that, and I would love to see it. I would love to help build the program, but I think we have to make it a mandatory class before our children leave our school district, somewhere between the 9th and 12th grade. And that's just something that I've always believed in. I still haven't seen anything come out of this. So Dr. Williams, I don't know if you want to speak on that.
Thank you. Let me address that. And I'm right with you. So what we did this year, we have three programs that we actually are implementing. So one is, as you mentioned, a little bit of the math, the application into iMath 1. And so all those students that are coming into iMath 1, we have financial applications. We grabbed a team to actually
Dr.
work.
Williams, I know what you're trying to do, but I'm not talking about a watered down effort. I'm talking about a concerted effort to create a classroom that when they're there for 50 minutes, 55 minutes, an hour, that all the discussion is for that semester, much like we had driver's ed or health when we were in school, that the class be based in financial literacy, not laced in another classroom.
Correct.
And maybe I'm not making myself clear, but I am going to challenge the superintendent, right?
Mhm.
To make sure that we get something like that done. And I see it happen every day. Our children leave, they go to college, they get a credit card, they overburden their credit, they damage their credit. It takes 5-4 years to get out of it. They're all of a sudden they have an income, they're limited on what they can do because they hurt their credit in college. And I'm just, I can't make it, and maybe you're not understanding me. And I see what you're trying to do, but I'm talking about a financial literacy class that talks and is highlighted around the points that I made. And I don't know if we can do it, but I think we can.
Trustee Gonzalez, if I could.
Go ahead.
If I could
Yes.
intervene. And this is something that I know that I brought up during my interview with Dr. Valentino and probably some people in the room here. But exactly that, I worked on the WASC at a school, a very affluent school in the San Juan Capistrano area. All the students took business, all the students took accounting, all the students learned how to manage money market accounts. For 3 years, they took these courses. And this is a conversation that I've been having with Dr. Williams, and we've been trying to wrap our heads around on how do we do this and possibly go to some of those school sites to see what type of curriculum we need, because we don't want to overwhelm them with, like you said, like Math 101 or an algebra class, but really how to be thinking wisely about the real estate market, about cryptocurrency and things that are coming in the future, and to prepare our students. So that has been in conversation, but we accept your challenge and we will put something together for you and
Really
for our
appreciate it.
students.
You know, I just understanding a little bit about housing, you know, we watched interest rates go in the last year and a half from 3% to 7%. And I'm talking with a 700 credit score. If you don't have good credit, you're going to pay 8-9%. No, what does that mean on a $400,000 exposure for a family? All of a sudden, you got to pay $1,500 more a month, every month, just because interest rates have moved, 4 or 5 points. And I think it's those little things, the nuances of what it is to live in this country, right? To manage a home and what it costs to feed a family, and that really challenges our children to understand that if they're going to get into a young relationship, that it's not easy. The economics ain't easy. And the amount of money that they're going to make unprepared, uncollege educated, they're not going to be able to, I don't care how strong the love is, it'll run out when you don't have enough money to eat. And so I just think it's that kind of real world experience. We're going to meet. I'd love to have this discussion with you. But Dr. Williams, I know you're working on it, man. And I don't want to pick on you, but this is something that's very real to me, because I see our kids suffering because they don't have this type of training. And I think schools like San Juan Capistrano, where the economics and these people are thinking, right? And you go into Jewish communities, this is what they do. And I think it's important that our children understand what it is to live in this country from a financial perspective.
Right on. We do have 2 classes that are actually starting that are full year. So financial literacy, and then we've actually adopted that one. So that class is going to be rolling. That's with math credit. So that's actually a financial literacy class all year long. That's not the applications in there. It is a financial literacy class. We also develop personal finance class, so that we have those other 2 classes that are actually year-long classes. Curriculum is kind of built in there also. We're looking to add the cryptocurrency in there. We're looking to do all those applications in there. So it's a matter of kind of building it where we've started with the classes. Now it's putting in a system that, as you're talking about. So
yeah,
love it. I'm right with you.
I know when I looked at the third period, we talked a lot about third period for having classes like this. And I'm talking about not a class I'm talking about a mandatory class.
Right.
Every child that goes to our school district has to come out of a financial literacy, basic financial literacy curriculum so that they understand what money is.
Board,
I'm
oh,
sorry.
go ahead.
I was just gonna comment. I think one of the conversations, I know one of the things I believe I brought up in the curriculum committee is, we talked about how our students are maybe not passing the math, right? The math course is probably a challenge, right? And even as you move on to higher ed, math is kind of one of the obstacles for students transferring from college level to a, UC or 4-year. I think that there's also kind of an opportunity with the financial literacy. I think some of the points that you make are really important. I think one thing I've raised is just trying to see if there's an opportunity to use that financial literacy to help students with the math course, right? So if there's if we're able to give students those skills to be able to kind of, does it meet the high school requirement for graduation as well as prepare them to
That's all
go
part.
on to that higher education? I think that probably requires a little bit more of kind of being thoughtful and planning and things like that.
Yep.
So I think there's kind of like a balance of those, right?
Mr. Cunha, you had something?
Yeah, I was just going to mention, I might suggest that if there's a consensus, obviously, on the board, and I see everybody shaking their heads, I believe there is, that this now go to Dr. Valentino, Dr. Esparza, and you guys set a timeline and bring us back something that the board can actually vote for and cement it actually, like not, we're going to kind of do this, we're going to kind of, to which your point is, they actually bring something back that the board approves, and therefore it is now part of what we're talking about. And again, I know they're doing some of that in the curriculum. I'm not on that committee, but if you're going to talk to it through there, you might want to sit in on that when they have those discussions. And then that way they bring something that the board can fully say, we put our stamp on it, move forward. This is how we're going to do it. And then it has the full force of the board. And again, we make it very clear what we want as a board, right?
Thank you, Mr.
And I think we're all kind of in general agreement with what you're talking about.
Sure.
But let them come back, welcome to the district. This is how we do things.
Ms. Garcia, if you have anything to say.
Just one comment. I know we have been discussing this in the curriculum committee, financial literacy, and I think that I guess the next step would be to invite Mr. Gonzalez to go see a couple financial literacy classes and see if there's some alignment with what he's thinking in terms of financial literacy. And I get what you're saying, right? I think we talked about it, and I think the one thing that sort of overshadowed everything is that I think 60% of our Math 1 students do not pass the first time, but maybe financial literacy is that vehicle that inspires kids to then go into a math class. So I would volunteer the vice president, Mr. Gonzalez, to go visit a few financial literacy courses. And that
I haven't.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Arredondo, for that. I appreciate it. Ms. Garcia, you have anything on that?
I mean, I'd be in full agreement with this. I was shaking my head. Because yes, I do understand that the impact on our communities would be great. But I do also see the comment that we do need it to be something that works with our math requirements so that they're also fulfilling that need as well. So I'm in agreement with both of you, actually. And yes, absolutely. I want to see what you come up with.
And maybe that's it, right? Making sure it meets a requirement, making sure that it's mandatory to graduate, making sure that we create a curriculum that is relevant to what our community is experiencing every day, right? How is it we go forward and understanding what money really is, right? And I've been talking about this. I've been here now going on the middle of my 6th year, and I've seen no progress at all. And so I know the county, school district, they've moved towards a program. There's also partnerships, maybe a Rabobank or some of the credit unions could help children. I know that they've done it before where they'll actually contribute $100, $200 to every graduate, right, to start a bank account, right? And I know that could be a real cool thing at the end of the program. You get a bank account when you graduate, $100, $200. And then now you understand, at least you have a basic understanding. And for them, it's a business, right? So they want people to patronize their operations. And I know we could partner up with them if we do it right. And we make it relevant to this community. It could have profound impact on how our children live the rest of their lives. We beat up item 7.1. Do you have anything at the end?
That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to turn it back over to the president. 7.2.
Yes, Ms. Ceja?
This is also just an informational item. It is just a review of the LCAP, some of the changes that were made and approved at the last meeting, and they have been sent to our COE and approved and brought back.
Okay, that's all the information that needs to go on the record. Got it. Moving on to action item 8.1. Adopt resolution.
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Redondo, motion by Mr. Gonzalez, second by Mr. Redondo.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Me? Motion carries 601. Action item 8.2, adopt resolution number 2024.
Motion.
Motion by
Second.
Mr. Gonzalez, second by Mr. Acuna. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Abstain.
Abstain, motion carries 701. Mr. Arredondo abstaining. Action item 8.3, approval to change date and location of Thursday, September regular board meeting Wednesday to September 27, 2023, District
moved.
Office Boardroom.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Acuna, second by Mr. Arredondo. I just want to say the reason for the change is this Thursday conflicts with California Latino School Boards Association conference. And in order for all board members to be present in person, we will be having the meeting the Wednesday a day before. So with that being said, there's a motion in a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstain? Motion carries 7-0. Action item 9.1, requesting approval of AVA assessment to qualify students for state seal of biliteracy.
Motion.
Second.
By Ms. Vargas, second by Mr. Redondo. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any abstain? Any opposed? Motion carries. Action item 9.2, requesting approval of purchase with Cartmart for club car carryout 700 electric.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Redondo,
Second.
second by Ms. Garcia.
Okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstain? Motion carries. Action item 9.3, requesting approval of new course, environmental science for 2023-2024 school year.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Redondo, second by motion by Mr. Gonzalez, second by Mr. Redondo. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Motion carries 7-0. Action item 9.4, requesting approval of open purchase order with Verizon Wireless for student hotspot monthly services.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Gonzalez,
Second.
second by Mr. Redondo. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Motion
I
carries.
do have a comment.
Yes.
I just want to make sure that however this is rolled out, that it's as streamlined as possible. If there is old tech out there, we want to get it back so that the students get the best working that they can, and that tech support is available in English and Spanish. I just remember during COVID, it was a mess to get the tech right to our families. And I just want to make sure that what we have getting out there rolls out with the support for tech support.
Thank you. Action item 9.5, requesting approval to contract vendors for CVUSD welcome
I
back
make a
event.
motion to pull this item or table it. Do we still need it? If we're moving
9.5?
the
We
thing
do
virtually.
still need it. We do still need it because we will be providing light breakfast for each school, and each school will be able to purchase that breakfast because we're going to have.
Okay, I'm just checking because we're not having it as Mirage anymore, so it's virtually. So I just
but-
wanted to make sure there was
Is that a
a
motion?
need for these vendors. Huh?
Is that a motion?
Yeah, I'll
second.
motion to accept then if we still need it. I'm just checking.
So
You know
motion
me,
by Mr. Acuna,
everything-
second by Mr. Gonzalez. All those in favor? Any opposed? Abstain? Motion carries. Action item 9.6, requesting approval to purchase student iPad power adapters, charging cables, and iPad cases.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Gonzalez,
Second.
second by Mr. Arredondo. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Motion carries. Action item 10.1, authorization of award a contract to DLR Group Architects and Facilities Master Plan.
So move.
I have a comment before we.
Motion by Mr. Arredondo. Do you want a second?
Yeah, I
With the comment?
I don't know.
No.
Haven't we already done this? Mr. Beckham, have we done this already? No. we haven't hired anybody to do the facilities master plan? Okay, so this is the actual wording of the contract. I just, another comment. I just want to make sure that we don't end up with what we ended up last time. Where we had an inventory and they tell us, hey, you have a school over here at this address, and they take pictures of what we have, and then they go to the next school, right? That it truly is a master plan, and that we're not just getting information that we already know. Yeah, that there's a concerted effort on the challenges such as demographic, some of the challenges that we have in rural communities, that they really address the issues that are important on how we go forward and how we're going to address the issue of the influx of population, maybe with the mines that are going to go in for lithium or whatever. There's going to be clusters of people that might challenge us in an area that we already have trouble serving. So I just want to make sure they're not telling us exactly what we already know, and that we're thinking forward, right?
Thank you, sir.
That's a second. I'll second.
Motion by Mr. Redondo, second by Mr. Gonzalez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstain? Motion carries. Action item 10.2, authorization to award unit price bid contract for bid number 166-2023 FB electrical unit price bid.
Some of,
Motion by Mr. Acuna,
Second.
second by Mr. Gonzalez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstain? Motion carries 7-0. Action item 10.3, withdraw of award RFP number 103-2022/23 to Cisco distribution of processed USDA commodity and commercial equivalent food products.
We have somebody here to speak on.
This is we had originally awarded 3 vendors for the commodity, USDA commodity foods. We're withdrawing our award because the requirement was that they would win 20 of the items on the list. And if not, then it would be awarded to those that did. So this is, we're purchasing the same amount of items. It's just going to be now with 2 vendors that actually won the bid. That's why we have to bring it back. So Gold Star and KB Food Distribution is going to be our distributors.
Is there a motion on the floor?
All motion.
Motion by Mr. Gonzalez. All those, any second?
second,
Second by Mr. Acuna. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstain? Motion carries 7-0. Action item 11.1, approval of new job description for special education program specialist.
All motion.
Motion by Mr. Gonzalez,
I'll second.
second by Ms. Vargas. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstain? Motion carries. Action item 11.3, approval of MOU between CVUSD, California School Employees Association, and its Coachella Valley Unified Chapter 109 regarding transportation procedures.
did you miss one?
No, they pulled it.
Oh, you removed it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a motion? Action item 11.3,
So moved.
motion by Mr. Acuna,
I'll
Second.
second. Oh,
second by Ms. Garcia. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Motion carries 6-0. Let the record reflect Mr. Redondo stepped out. Action item 11.4, revision of agenda item 12.3 on August 22, 2022, MOU between Riverside County Superintendent of Schools and CVUSD regarding participation in the Center for Teaching Preparation Induction.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Acuna. Is there a second?
Aye.
Second by Mr. Gonzalez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstain? Motion carries 6-0. Again, let the record reflect Mr. Arredondo stepped out. Consent calendar. All matters listed under the consent calendar are considered by the board to be routine and will be acted upon in one motion. There will be no discussion of these items prior to the time the board considers the motion unless board members or staff request specific items to be discussed and or removed from the consent calendar. In which event, the items will be considered separately. The superintendent, assistant superintendent of ed services, assistant superintendent of business and finance, and assistant superintendent of HR recommend the approval of all consent calendar items. Is there a motion to?
All motion to approve the consent calendar respecting any items needed to be pulled.
Is there a second?
A second. I asked enough questions already. So.
Okay.
No items being pulled? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstain? Motion carries 6-0. We don't need to go back to closed session. Is there a motion to adjourn? So moved. Motion by Mr. Gonzalez. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Acuna. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Meeting adjourned. Wrong.
Man, that was hard, huh? No, I woke up.